Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done, inside and out, at Lowe's. Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hi, welcome to Emotionally Unavailable. I'm your host, Malisa Hepner. Thank you for being here. It's solo episode time. If you missed the episode on Monday with me and Charlie, I thought it was super cute, so you should check it out. She did not want to repeat today because she is in the mood. She has also contributed to my low mood. Anyway, I don't even know. I have several things I'd like to talk about, but repping the J Mac hat. Couple things contributing to my low mood. I haven't redone my nails since Thursday or Friday of last week. Thursday, because they were not cute for the last graduation that I went to. My roots are fucking nasty, so I need to redo those. Both feel very overwhelming, so of course I haven't. And I was supposed to take Charlie and her friend to the local, it's called Whitewater here in Oklahoma. It's like a Six Flags subsidiary type thing. We've had it forever and it was called Whitewater, but Six Flags bought our local parks. I don't even remember what it's called. Maybe it's called Six Flags. I don't even know. But she can't find her phone to contact the friend that was supposed to go. And I didn't really care that much because I really didn't want to go. But then I just have felt shitty about it all day. And I felt shitty about not cleaning because I don't fucking have the energy to. So it's just kind of like compounded and snowballed all day. My mood has just got lower and lower and lower and lower. So talking about it in real time, I don't even know what else to say about it. I think some of it was like some stories attached to things. I want to be just totally fine with, like, if I would say to her, I don't even know how to say this. I'd like to be totally fine with just needing to rest more because I didn't have a lot scheduled today. And I don't always want to fight with her about it. So then it just makes me feel like shit because I just sometimes feel like it shouldn't be this hard to just live a normal life. And I guess I just don't like that this is the way my grief is going to negatively impact her because I just don't fucking have the energy to do the things she wants me to do. I don't want to do them at all. And I hate that. So I'm struggling with that. But I also know astrologically this week is stupid. So I'm trying to just like not lean into the bullshit, process it in little chunks because yeah, I need to learn the lessons, but also just none of this is real. It's just cycles and patterns and I don't know. It just doesn't matter that much ultimately. I decided I would just get on and just be honest. I feel the need to apologize that I have to do this many solo episodes and stuff, but I'm really sticking to my integrity. If people are going to continue to pitch me in the manner in which they are pitching me, I'm just not going to accept them. So I'm being really picky about who I let on, and that's that. I know that I take it too personally that they lie in their pitches, but that really just bothers me. Don't say you've been listening or you've been following the show for a while or that, you listen to a show specifically. If you're lying, don't say that. Just don't say that. Say, I came across your podcast. I think I'd be a great fit, and that be that. I don't know. I don't like the lying. I used to overlook it, but if you're going to lie and say that you've listened and not acknowledge that I lost Jake, that's where I take it personally. And I still don't think that I should, but I do. So anyway, with it being a holiday and stuff this week, I just didn't have time to scrounge up someone to make sure that I had an episode for today. And like I said, Charlie didn't want to record another one. She's in a bad mood. So I did want to talk about something that's kind of been on my heart lately. I don't know how to go about this, and I don't even know how much energy I myself could put into this. But something that I'm really, really seeing with Gen Z, and is probably going to be more of an issue with Gen Alpha, I don't know. But what I'm seeing specifically with Gen Z right now is this limitation, the barriers being placed between them and getting a driver's license. Like all of those rules that we in Oklahoma put into place years ago, like you have to have your permit for 6 months, even if you're 18. There is so many reasons why kids are not getting their licenses now, and they are stuck in their circumstances because they they don't see a way out. And I wouldn't see a way out without a driver's license either. And I'm sorry, but if you're one of those people who literally thinks that it's so easy for you to just go get in driver's ed and get your license and whatever, you're fucking privileged. Start acknowledging that because it's not easy. So in Oklahoma, you can do the parent-led driver's ed. Guess what? I have clients whose parents aren't willing to teach their kids to drive. Guess what? Lots of kids are in foster care and they don't have anyone willing to teach them. Not in foster care. They have parents working 2 to 3 jobs. I mean, I'll just pretend like this is an Oklahoma exclusive problem for a second, but this just brings up the fact that we have a vote in June on the primary day to raise minimum wage in Oklahoma. And I've been seeing so much propaganda around this and vote no, vote no, vote no. And I'm like, people shouldn't have to work 3 jobs to not even be able to make the bare minimum happen in their life. A working wage is a human right. And I saw on Nextdoor today, which I think I'm just going to have to make sure I don't get any more notifications from Nextdoor because the boomers are boomering right now and I just can't. But they were talking about, oh, that'll be the end of mom and pa shops. Okay, let me be very clear about my stance on that. If your ma and pa shop requires slave labor, you don't need to have a ma and pa shop. So that's how I feel about that. And I think it's all just like a fallacy anyway, which I'm not going to get into because I can't speak to politics in a way that's not gonna, make somebody else go, oh, catch you in a little misstep there and whatever. To me, it's just about basic human rights. And yeah, this wasn't always my opinion. I mean, if you want to call me out on that too, that's fine. But yeah, I think there's a lot of unnecessary suffering in this land of the free because all we care about is people making money. Like I saw a clip from Caleb Heron, a comedian, if you don't know who he is, but I saw him being like, "Oh yeah, they'll say that shit out loud with their full chest of like, well, if we pay the workers more, we're not going to make as much." Okay, and that's the problem right there. And you guys, we're not talking about we, the collective, who are constantly, talking about stuff like this. I'm not constantly talking about stuff like this out loud because, again, I know how this goes. You get told stay away from politics, which I don't care about, but I don't feel like I can speak to it in a way like the people who've got all the buzzwords and the keywords and whatever. They say all the shit much more eloquently than I ever could. Well, actually, I could back in the day, but I'm not going to waste my energy coming up with keywords and phrases to use over and over so that I can sound like I know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm talking about. But the only reason I would need to come up with all of that is to argue, and I'm not going to argue. So there are kids facing real barriers to getting their driver's license. I know someone, no driver's license, works, they're like 22 years old, lives as roommates with 3 or 4 other people in a housing situation that stable, fine, whatever, but literally spending everything they earn to have a bedroom in a house with other people in the same situation, just kind of all, this is the only way. All of the boomers and the elder Gen X who talk about kids need to do this and kids can't do this and da da da, they don't have the fucking opportunities to, like we did, unless they have parents with money. Sure, the parents with money, their kids have all the opportunities. That's the point. Anyway, this person lives in this house, spends all their money that they make at their little bare minimum job, full time. They work full time and does not have a license nor a way to get no extra money to pay for even the, parent led or whatever. I guess after you're an adult, would it be student led? I don't really know how that works if you're over 18. Surely you can enroll in an online class. I don't know. That's more information to get. But what I was thinking they also don't have parents willing to teach them, like to let them, because this person doesn't have a car. Why would they have a car? They've never seen a path to getting a license. They don't even see the path to getting a license. So they have to have a job within a certain distance to their house. Barrier for change. Big barrier. If your basic needs are not met, it's really hard to do all the other things that people suggest you to do. Hey guys, it's me. Emotionally Unavailable is produced 100% in-house by me with no team. So if this show has ever helped you and you want to give back, subscribe to the Patreon. There's several different levels with different benefits in each. Check the show notes and you can see what each tier subscription will get you. I also plan to spruce there's also lots of fun things coming down the pipeline for the Patreon subscribers. So get in early. You can get a workbook, you can buy merch, you can do any of the things, and all of that supports the show to help it keep going. Really appreciate every single one of you. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see what we continue to do together to get ahead. But I'm sure anyone who's really listening to my podcast, probably I'm preaching to the choir. I mean, I have a couple friends that I know are already disagreeing with me, so that's fine. Disagree. I mean, I'm not here to argue. But I was like, is there a way we could create at first I thought maybe not for profit, because there's got to be a way to make sure that women, females, or other vulnerable populations can feel safe. And so there needs to be enough women volunteers, at least to be like, 'cause here's the deal. I can't do that. I cannot fucking do driver's ed. I cannot. I couldn't even make it with my own children. I might be able to, well, you know what I could do? You know what I could do? I could put a dash cam in a car if a male was driving, and I could watch the dash cam the whole time. And if the dash cam goes off, the ride stops, whatever. So that's a thought. That's a thought. But I'm just wondering, is there a way to mobilize people willing to help this generation? Can we help them all? No. Can we even help a good amount? Probably not. But I'm so tired. I'm talking about myself here. I'm so tired of giving up a cause before I even start it, just because it's like, it feels so insurmountable. And you know what? One person getting their license and having their life trajectory changed, it does fucking matter. So if I can help someone do that, I want to do that. And so, yeah, that's something that's been on my heart lately. I really want to help these kids. Obviously I would give the older the person is, the higher the priority, because people need help. I know several in my personal life that need help with this. So obviously I don't mind helping them, but I can't take on too much. I know that about myself. And this just isn't a cause that needs to be one person. Yes, I can help one person by myself, and I'm going to, but otherwise, I don't know. This is the beginning of an idea. So if you're listening and you have ideas, or you want to volunteer your time in some way, because even without like not-for-profit status, which we may have to do just because we need to be able to receive donations for background checks, maybe the volunteers would be willing to pay for it themselves, actually. That's a thought. That's a thought, actually. Okay. And then we need dash cams donated, but that's fine. People could do that. And they'd have to, be willing to, or I just don't know what car we'd drive either. So there's that. Barriers, see? So, but that's a lot to think about, but that's something I've really been thinking about. And the whole minimum wage vote thing. I get the old thinking about that. I get why people feel the way they do. Because I used to be one of them. Yeah, those are really the two really big things that have been heavy on me this last week. I did have a really good session with a client the other night, and we practiced some externalization. And so I wanted to explain what that was a little bit. If you can take whatever your shame is telling you, this is why I really like the Finding Peace Workbook by Troy Love. You can get it for $25 on Amazon. I have all my clients buy it, but this is why, because he breaks shame down into different archetypes. So it's so easy to go, okay, with this archetype is this thought process. Now let's use that one. So like we went through the judge and the royal last night, and we had a really enlightening session about this. And so, the judge, easy. It's just like you're a piece of shit. Why'd you say that? You shouldn't have done that. You know better. That kind of thing, right? So anytime those are the things that are coming up, then that's my judge. The idea of externalization is so that you understand that's not self-talk. That's programming into your subconscious that you now believe because some people told you a long time ago that you had to be perfect and that you couldn't show up as yourself and you're too much and not enough, blah, blah, blah. So if you were to take all that noise from that archetype and put it right in front of you, does it have a shape? Is it a person? Does it feel like a person? Or is it an object? And actually, my client for the royal, it was like a brick wall. And I was like, oh my God, that's actually perfect. But for their judge, it was more just like a shadowy figure, almost like what the Grim Reaper is portrayed as, but no, like scythe. It was so insightful. It was really cool. And I said, can you picture that? Like, can you feel it anywhere in your body? Well, first I said, when the judge is present, where is it in the room? I didn't come up with this practice. Let me be clear. But it's a really good one. So they said behind me, kind of pressing on me, breathing down my neck. So I said, can you feel that? Like if you're real tapped in, can you feel the breath on your neck? They said, no, just a lot of pressure. Okay, great. And then, like I said, their royal was like in front of them, pressing on them, but it was a brick wall. And the royal put barriers between them and everyone around them. It was really cool. Get the Finding Peace workbook. I know a couple of you already have. Go through this process. And actually, if you want, I'll be happy to make an externalization audio. Just let me know. Email, comment on the episode, send me a DM, whatever. Happy to make you an externalization audio about. Actually, I think I will anyway, just because that's something easy to talk about and I won't overthink it. So anyway, externalization is an amazing process. So I really highly recommend that. Yeah, that's where I'm at today. And I don't think I have anything else to say. I just committed 2 years ago to putting out an episode on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And yeah, guess that's it. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Make sure to check out the Patreon. It's got my old workbooks. It's got a couple of audios. I'm still building out the audio library. Yeah. I think that's all. Like, comment, rate the show on whatever platform you're listening. Please, it helps the rankings and the ratings. I am pushing, and right now I'm rated as a top 5% podcast. I'm pushing for top 3% right now, just because that's the next goal. So anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. I'll see you later. Thanks for coming to Emotionally Unavailable. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share. Emotionally Unavailable. All right, that's it from me. So make sure that you check out the show notes for links. And until next time, let's all just keep swimming.
INDEPE and cut.